questions for political development, and you would help me with the answers, because I know that men of wisdom are listening. So to the big stories. Are you looking forward to a strike? Or should Labour give President Tinubu more time, as he's asking for? Are you looking forward to a strike, or should Labour give Tinubu more time, as he is asking for? So you must have seen some of the newspapers this morning and in the course of the day. And one of the big headlines this morning was Tinubu begs Labour. That's how some people put it. Others, like the Nation newspaper, put it like this: Tinubu ask for more time. The question, when I read the story, the first question that came to mind is, how much time is enough? And I know we've dealt with that before, when we ask how much time is time enough. And we would love it if the federal government can come out and categorically say this is how much time that they are asking for. So you remember and you recall that yesterday, Labour, NLC to be precise, came out and said, see, we are going to go on strike August 2, except the federal government reverses the price of petrol and removes the brings back a subsidy on petrol. The presidency said that the federal government is taking its time to roll out more palliatives to avoid mistakes, to ensure that the economic palliatives are, effective. And so they have asked for more time. But Labour is insisting, if you look at the headlines as well, Labour is insisting that the protest, the strike that has been planned, I don't know if it's an indefinite strike now, but August 2 there will be a strike, according to Labour. They are insisting that it is for the rescue of Nigerians. They want to rescue Nigerians. And that's why I have tagged the big story. Are you looking forward to a strike or maybe a protest? Or should Labour give President Tinubu more time, as he is asking for? I really would love to get your thoughts on that one. Remember, the WhatsApp portal is open. You can drop your messages 0809-030-6416 is the number for WhatsApp. All right, let's move on. The next story, SSS, that's, some of you call it the DSS. I chose to call it SSS today. Orders probe into fighting between it and the correctional service. And then the question in my head is, can it find itself guilty? Can it probe itself? So just in case you've forgotten, or maybe you did not look at the news the past week or in the course of this week. So Emefiele was in court 2 days ago, on Tuesday to be precise. And then the court gave the order and said Emefiele has been granted bail of 20 million naira and should be kept in the correctional service pending when he meets the requirements of the bail. And then just while he was coming out of the court, there was the imbroglio, there was the fight. The DSS or the SSS and the NCS were slugging it out who should take custody of Emefiele. But there was a court order, and that's where the old matter that has now turned to a conversation on the national level started from. The DSS came out through its spokesperson yesterday on Twitter, I believe. I saw it on Twitter, and gave a statement, a wonderful statement, with very good writing statements in Nigeria, by the way. Gave a wonderful statement, and the summary of it is, one, it's criticized. Is it criticized that I will use? I'm looking for the right word now. The vocabulary just skipped me. But I think the DSS stood on the point that it was not happy with what happened at the court. And after that, the DSS said it would probe. Only for me to, search more newspapers today. And I saw that the DSS had gone to court in Abuja asking the court to grant the service permission to keep Emefiele for another 14 days, that it has fresh charges against Emefiele, and the court declined. The court said, no, we're not going to grant you that. One, we don't have the powers to, and two, it's an abuse of the judicial process. So the question then in my head is, what do you make of it? Can the SSS, or is it the DSS, probe itself? Shouldn't the DSS or the SSS be obeying the court order first before, going by to ask for another, permission from the courts? That's what's in my head, and this will form part of our conversation the 4 o'clock hour, just so you know. And to the final one, Senate tells Presidency extradite Simon Ekpa, and then they reject political solution for Nnamdi Kanu. So they have asked the federal government to go to the Finnish authorities and bring Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria to face the law for the orders that he gave that has, somehow affected the Southeast economically in a negative way. So the thoughts in my head. Shouldn't we be, first of all, attacking the root problem? What is the root problem? That's the first question in my head. What is the root problem? Secondly, they have rejected the political solution for Nnamdi Kanu, and they have said let the courts decide. Do you think the Senate have made the right resolution on that note? Looking at how the ping pong in the Southeast has raged on over the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. All right, so I'm going to open the phone lines now. 017-923-0002. That's the first number to ring me with. And then the second number to ring the studio with is 017-923-0003. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait for your calls. Are you looking forward to a strike, or should Labour give Tinubu more time, as is asking for? That's the first one. The second one is SSS orders probe into fighting between it and NCS. Can the service probe itself? That's a question. And can it find itself guilty? Yeah. And then Senate tells Presidency extradite Simon Ekpa. Is that a good move? And then what about Nnamdi Kanu's own? Is that also a good news? A good move, I should put it that way. I've got Frank from D-Line. Frank, welcome. Let's hear your thoughts quickly. Frank?
Yes, afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, afternoon to you. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Let me. You said we should talk about the ministerialist in 5 o'clock. I will leave you for that.
Yeah, that's like the biggest story for today. So 5 o'clock.
Our president telling us to give him more time. Yes, let us give him more time. He just 2 more times, so he still has 3 years and some months. So it's too early for us to say he has failed or not. So he can change everything overnight. So that is my comment this afternoon. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. There is also the newspaper report on that story Frank just talked about, that the federal government came out and reminded the NLC that there is a court order stopping Labour from embarking on a strike. So I'm looking at how this will pan out. I'm just sitting looking. I wonder what you're doing. But I'll take these sort of calls now, and then let's see what they have to say before the break. The break is in 1 minute time, so you've got 60 seconds. Quickly tell me what your name is, where you're calling from, and the calls keep dropping. I do not know why. Okay, let's go to WhatsApp and let's see what we'll have there. And let's start with this one. This was, I guess, Labour too hasn't updated Nigerians enough on their stand. If Labour must know anything that falls below revamping the 4 refineries immediately and start building new refineries is unacceptable. Salary increment isn't the solution. Feagbo Cleave. Feagbo, thank you very much. Let's see this one. Do I have enough time to read it? I will be so disappointed in the organized labor if they stand down on the planned strike, because it is daylight obvious that federal-led government of you know what, I'm going to take my time to read it. I seem to be reading in a hurry because there is a commercial.
To thrive in a fast-changing world,
tune in to 92.
You can ring the studio right now, 08179230002, 08179230003. For WhatsApp, use the number 00903064116. I am Kalada Kurubata, but this is Hard Factor 92.3 Nigeria Info. And for those of you just joining right now, we're looking at the big stories. We've trimmed it down to 3 big stories. There are bigger stories which we will talk about in the next segment. But for now, I'm looking at what do you want? Do you want Labour to go on a protest, or do you want them to give President Tinubu more time? Because he's asking for it. He's saying he's taking his time to reel out the economic palliative so he does not make a mistake. Some more time? So let's jump on the SSS story now, yeah? So you remember the fights, outside the court in Tuesday between the DSS and the NCS? DSS is now saying it condemns that fight and it will probe what happened. Then I'm asking myself, can the DSS find itself guilty? Moving on to the next one. Senate tells Presidency extradite Simon Ekpa. Rejects political solution for Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm asking, what do you make of that? All right, so those are the issues we're treating on the big stories for today. 29 minutes gone past 3. 017-923 0002, 08179230003. First call, I missed that one. Okay, I missed this one as well. What's happening to the phone lines? Let's read some more messages. Okay, so I'll start with the one that I was trying to read earlier. I will be so disappointed in the organized labor if they stand down on the planned strike, because it is daylight obvious that federal-led government of President Tinubu is using old mischievous sense to systematically send many Nigerians to an early grave or incapacitate the ordinary citizens in the country. I don't get that part, but moving on. He said, recall that even the senator made a caricature of the suffering masses. If all was well in this country, what will the Senate president still be doing? And that's it. I think if Joe and his team doesn't do the needful, then it will be a shame, and Nigerians will have to sort other ways. Bob Manuel Tiekyom. All right, thank you very much. Let's move on now. On labor protest, scheduled for 2nd of August, I propose mother of all protests. Tinubu didn't take his time before removing subsidy. It is how to alleviate the suffering of the masses that is good for him to take time. I am Sir Savior from Elime. Clinton is calling from Bori. Let's listen to Clinton. Good afternoon to you, Clinton.
Good afternoon, Kalala.
All right, welcome. Let's talk.
Yeah, on labor, I heard it's not a strike per se, that's a protest.
Okay, all right.
It's actually a strike.
I would have to confirm protest strike because I've seen different protests.
Right. Yeah. So however, whatever it is, I think there's no need to go back or to rescind their steps. I want them to continue because Nigerians demand that the prices of these commodities return to normal. And the only thing you can get it done is through a stand-up with the federal government. Then secondly, as regards Simon Ekpa, this was the same way Nnamdi Kanu started.
Okay.
Giving orders that have caused unrest in the southeast region now. So I think it's a very good move and they should act promptly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Clinton. Hector from D-Line. Hector, welcome. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, KD.
Yeah, quickly, please.
Thank you. On the proposed strike by labor, I'm in support of the strike. And President Tinubu asking Nigerians and labor to give him more time. We are not giving him any time. This is how we gave the former President Buhari time. People stop giving him time, and it yielded no positive results. So I think what the government always do is to use tactics. The next thing they will do is to cause divide to set confusion in labor, or they use the judiciary to obstruct their plan.
All right.
Don't be surprised by that time. By that 2nd of August, there will be a court injunction.
There is already now. There is already a court.
Labor is not like a toothless bulldog. They've already rendered them toothless bulldog.
All right, then. Thank you, Hector. I've got to move on now.
Unfortunately.
All right, then. I've got Siki. Oh, sorry, Siki. Siki from Rumudari. If you can, please do call back. I've got Richard from Aquara Road. Richard, welcome. Let's talk. Can you hear me, Richard? Hello? We seem to have issues with the connection. Richard, can you hear me? Okay, I've got to let you go as well. All right, let's read some more messages. This one says, good afternoon, Kalada. I support the call to extradite Simon Ekpa. Is causing a lot of damage in the southeast. Also, the president should know that Nigerians don't have the time to give him. Nigerians need urgent attention. IK from Rumigbo. All right, IK, thank you very much. Let's see. This one says, let Labour go to strike. No time to give president if they're not going to take... come on now. You said why? Because subsidy removal is for the good of politicians, not for the people. Sapi, all right, Sapi, thank you very much. This one says, tell Nigerian senators that Finland respects human rights, so they can never release Simon Ekpa to Nigerian government. He said for the DSS to say they will probe the officers who engage in the fight with prison officials, the DSS is not telling the truth, because Emefiele's lawyer addressed journalists before the judgment was given, and Channels TV picked it live, so they know what they are doing. Emeka from Igruta. All right, then let's see. This one said, did Tinubu ask for time before removing the fuel subsidy? Now he needs time to consider labor union demand. Labor should go on with the protest. Jackson from Aba. This one says on Nnamdi Kanu, since the government wouldn't obey court orders regards the man's release and they are not interested in a political solution, it is safe to conclude that the government is not interested in resolving the imbroglio in the southeast Austin. The matter is still in court. I read on it today. Yes, there was the court order by a lower court, but then the government has appealed and they are, digging it out. They're slugging it out, at the courts. And of course, there are also fresh accusations and allegations. All of that the court will handle. Richard from Aporo Road, welcome.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, I want to discuss on senators rejecting a political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's issue and expect whatever to Simon Ekpa. Now, the truth is that these senators, when they are being withheld by the federal executive, they will start crying, and all the rest of that. When government refuse to obey court orders regarding to them, like what is...
So, Richard, let me ask you, what court order has not been obeyed, please?
Okay. So when government refuse to obey court orders over them or whatever, they will keep crying. But when it gets to other persons,
Richard, I'm asking you the same. Richard,
government as all in all.
Oh my goodness,
Richard,
can you hear me?
Happening in the southeast, that a lot of people, a lot of analysis are taking place, and they keep saying, let's take political solution to this, so that the killing and the destruction of lives and property that have been taking place in the southeast will stop. And they are saying no to it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Do those people, those so-called senators, do they have the interest of the Southeast at heart?
All right, thank you, Richard. I've got to let you go now. I'm sorry, I guess the connection is not clear enough, but if you can hear me, I'm asking you the question. What court order do you think the government has not obeyed? Because, it's simple. For instance, I give you a very good example. The Osun state election, remember, they took it to court. Adeleke lost at the first step, the election tribunal. He appealed, he won, or was it the other way around? But then again, the Supreme Court gave a judgment eventually. So that's but while all of the back and forth was going on, he remained the governor. So the court has given the first judgment. It's been appealed. It's in court. So you cannot say they have not obeyed the court order. That's what I'm trying to argue on there with you. But I've got Odima from Aba Road. Welcome, Odima. Can you hear me, Odima? What's wrong with my connection today? Hello? Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, Daniel from Ozoba, welcome.
Yeah, I want to comment on the Nnamdi Kanu issue.
All right, let's hear you.
I think the senators should know that federal government don't obey court orders. If not, it's acceptable for the judiciary to do their work. But if they grant him bail, would the drama that happened with the next place not happen again? That's the challenge. The government should obey court orders. That's the challenge.
Daniel, when you talk about Nnamdi Kanu, what court order has not been obeyed? Can we get to that point now?
There's been a court order to release him from ECOWAS court. From ECOWAS court, there's been an order for his release. He was rearrested. There was a court that gave an order. He was rearrested. New charges were filed.
Okay.
At least, if there's an order that is released, it should be released, even if it's 1 day.
Do you know? Wait, Daniel. Now, wait. We're having a conversation. Do you know that the federal government appealed that matter, and then asked for them to stay on execution, or is it what they call it? Stay on execution on the order asking the federal government to release, which the court granted. So you need to read all of the orders that are available from the different courts to be able to come to a conclusion whether the government has obeyed or not obeyed. I don't even understand where I'm coming from.
Even if we don't come, yes, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. What you're saying is the truth. But you know that when it comes to the federal government angle of obeying orders, it has been a challenge in this country.
Okay, all right.
I'm not disputing you, but the federal government has that challenge.
All right then.
To deal with that challenge.
All right then. All right, thank you very much, Daniel. I've got Braid from Mile 1. Braid, greetings to you. Welcome.
Yeah, greetings to Mr. Batubo.
Welcome.
Yeah, let me look at Simon Ekpa should be repatriated to Nigeria. For me, that is not the solution to the problem of Southeast. The truth is that they will not repatriate him. There is no way Nigeria will send a letter to a foreign country that they will obey them. Because you look at the Nnamdi Kanu issue, where the international community told them to leave Nnamdi Kanu, bring him back, they refused. And we are also now saying that they should repatriate somebody from there to come and answer some questions. For me, the federal government don't use to do court order. Why am I saying that? Look at the Zazaki versus federal government. Did they obey court order? Even the Nnamdi Kanu issue, the federal government did not obey court order.
And I'm asking Braid, where did the federal government not obey court orders? Because I've got the court papers, the different one, the court orders, on my phone right now, and I'm looking at it and I'm asking, where did the federal government not obey court orders?
Yes, Nnamdi Kanu versus federal government. There was court judgment, but did the federal government
Did the federal government appeal the judgment?
Why can't they obey the order?
Do you know there is a, what they call that stuff now? Lawyers can help me. There's a stay on execution on the judgment by the lower court. Do you know that as well?
Before the stay of execution, did they release him?
But why you still okay? So when Adeleke waits, oh my goodness. Okay, fine.
You go for stay of execution,
when Adeleke lost, in court, was he booted out of the government house or did he appeal?
You cannot compare Adeleke.
Oh my goodness!
Adeleke is an electoral matter.
Okay, now it's an electoral matter.
It's not an electoral matter.
All right, thank you very much.
It's under subsidies.
All right, thank you very much, Braid. Thank you.
The federal government is flagrant disobedience of court.
All right.
And that is why they will never allow to repatriate somewhere.
All right then. All right, thank you, Braid. I've got to let you go. Let's read some messages on Facebook. Tango Ability Atuegbu says, was Bola Tinubu not prepared to rule the country? Which time does he need again? Is it Apostle Sunday Manuel said, good afternoon, Canada. The request from Tinubu for more time shouldn't be granted. The reason is because it's not specific. Should people continue to suffer? Did you remember why Buhari was called Baba Go Slow? Nigerians should not be fooled again. And then Tango Ability Atuegbu comes back to say millions of Nigerians are not happy with NLC and TUC because they behave like PhD off and on. Interesting there. This one says, the humble bishop, good afternoon, Canada. When will NLC allow us to rest in this country? I don't get this part. Okay, Has it been I think you meant to say, they embarked on this strike earlier before now, maybe something good might have been done. Honestly speaking, I'm disappointed in the NLC and TUC. And then you said that they are all fake and confused set of people. As for me, Tinubu should stop telling us that he's new in office, because ever since he took over power, hardship in the country has multiplied. He should have waited for the refinery to work before the removal of the fuel subsidy. The humble bishop from Lewe, Kokana. All right, thank you very much. Emeka from Owerri is calling in. Emeka, greetings to you. Welcome.
Canada once again. Good evening.
Welcome.
You see the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. I had a question I asked you. Second last caller. Government knows what they are doing.
Okay.
I know. The government, the case was discharged almost the whole charge against him. Malami now appealed the first. We agree. Now the question is, why are they not as they not entertain that case in the Supreme Court since that time till today? They keep on postponing.
Yeah.
What is the reason for federal government? They appeal. They appeal for fear of execution. Yes, Why are they still? They don't want to ask that case to be heard. Since that time, over 4 months last today. See, we should not be. You see this government here. We should not be justifying what they are doing most of the time.
Okay.
Anybody that knows what is going on in the case, in the Kanu case, we understand. Even a layman, we understand that the way Malami and Buhari take that case.
Emeka,
they have high interest. And let me tell you,
Emeka, can you hear me?
They're almost very close to impossible to extradite anybody that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu or what they call it, or the other man. It's almost very possible because whatever has happened, you see what happened in the SSS with the prison officers. They are watching. And you are asking the same people.
Emeka, can I hear me now? Can you hear me?
Into this country.
Emeka, can you hear me?
Nnamdi Kanu was just a mistake. Even that the international community will say annoyed with Nigeria government. Nobody, no Nigeria, even the president cannot even be Nnamdi Kanu of Finland.
Emeka, can you hear me? Emeka, can you hear me?
Not Nnamdi Kanu, sorry. Not what is it called? The man in Finland anyway. Nobody. They don't write 100 pages as printed there. You know that man gentleman has even written to the authorities of Finland and the other European countries about what happened in the Enugu state.
Can I
Simon Ekpa.
I think the technician.
Nigeria, they talk to all the places that's going on here. They should start committee will take that kind of nonsense. It's not possible.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's not possible, you've said. I've got Robin from HA. I missed that one. Poor connection. Something's wrong with the connection. But Emeka, if you can hear me, I'm asking the question. Yes, I agree to a larger extent that there might be, some legal maneuvering, done by the previous administration. But did at any time the government disobey the court? That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm asking people when they call in and say, I like the way you approached it. You said, okay, yes, it's true, all of these things happen, but that there are legal technicalities that the previous administration used to stretch the matter, and I do agree with you on that one. I do. I've got Samson from Ogale. Samson, greetings to you. Welcome.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah, welcome, please.
Yes. Let me lay my voice on the Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government issue and with the questions you just asked.
Okay.
Yes, there have been court orders and judgments by the lower court to release Nnamdi Kanu. But on several occasions, the federal government has been appealing those orders and judgments, and which is a right direction. But I will tell you something. You see, if they actually want Nnamdi Kanu to be set free, by the way me I look at things, I think for the federal government not to place more this evidences and this charges against Nnamdi Kanu, is that there should be at least a show of concern, remorse about what has happened in the past that has caused the arrest and detention of Nnamdi Kanu. By the supporters of Nnamdi Kanu, that the two government cannot be on power. I keep saying it, that if for government being on power and another person giving an order to the state that people should not go up, it's like putting two governments on the seat.
All right.
And all of this will continue to provoke the government on power, to continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu to detention. But if they change their mind and begin to do something that will bring peace, and maybe talk for the federal government to see, those charges that have been pressed on Nnamdi Kanu will be dropped. And when you continue to show anarchy, you continue to show that you're on ground, that you can close the market. I don't know, our brothers that are here, they are our brothers from the zone, from the southeast zone, that are not living there, they are living in Port Harcourt. We not see reason to all of this that I'm saying.
All right, thank you.
I'm telling you that those that are there are suffering it.
All right, thank you, Samson.
They should listen to chance so that people will listen to
all right,
them.
Samson, thank you very much. I've got Siki from Rumudara. Siki, welcome on the show. Siki, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Kolada.
Yeah, welcome.
Please, I want to talk on the issue of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appealing to the Labour to cease strike. I think he's right, and it's quite unfortunate that a lot of us Nigerians do not understand what the president is trying to do. I think he's trying to help us, and in the long run, we all will be happy for him. Something is about to happen in this Nigeria. Something great that we all will appreciate the president later. In few weeks from now, something great will happen. So let us all be patient and watch how the drama plays. I don't think he meant bad. He meant bad for us. We should all be patient and watch and pray for him also as the president, so that he'll be able to achieve his aims and objectives.
All right. Thank you very much. Siki. I've got Fred from Nkoro. Fred, welcome.
Thank you very much, Canada. Yes, I want to talk about the issue of IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu.
All right, let's hear you.
My brother, it was on Tuesday at Aba. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at Aba. So I want to use the opportunity and advise our federal government, please, for peace sake. Let them release that young man unconditionally, please. Presidential pardon to Nnamdi Kanu.
All right then.
So that there will be peace in Southeast. My brother is getting out of hand. Like today, the market was shut down. Yesterday was shut down. So please, I'm begging, for sake of peace.
All right.
Let them release that young man.
For the sake of peace, presidential pardon, Fred says. Chima from East West Road, welcome.
Yes, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yes. Canada. President Tinubu asking for more time. I think the president should have waited, giving more time to Nigeria before he went ahead to remove subsidy and started increasing every other thing. Canada, I don't know if I've said it before, everything has increased. I went to do my particulars right now. Before you do a medical particulars now, so we have close to 40,000 or plus. Before you will be able to get all your medical particulars. That is the situation right now. So when somebody says give him more time, that's all I want to know. So you can prepare.
All right then.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead. You were saying. Oh, sorry, the connection is now poor. There's something wrong with the connection today. I do not know what that is, but we'll still have to have a conversation, right? So let's read this one. Nnamdi Kanu matter borders and national security. The last time I checked, ABC government says that national security takes precedence over the rule of law. And so he said the point is, if the government really wants to exploit political solution, they can bypass the matter in court. They can enter in nulli prosecute. All right. This one says Tinubu demanding Nigerians to give him more time. He never gave Nigerians any time before he removed fuel subsidy. Chief Tare B1. All right then. Let's see this one. The protest by Labour is long overdue. We need to shut down the country so these politicians know what the people are passing through. The president asking for more time yet again shows he was never ready for the job. In less than 2 months, he threw already impoverished Nigerians into more penury. For me, there is no other time than now. Senate asking for the government to seek for Ekpa extraditment. Okay. Again, it's another step in the wrong direction. Even though they arrest Ekpa, another Ekpa will spring up. The solution to what is happening in the southeast is sincere dialogue. Keeping Kanu for eternity or arresting Ekpa is not a solution. Daniel from Ozoba. I've got Latam from Omagwa. Oh, sorry. I missed that call. Sorry, Latam. Let's see this one. So it says, good afternoon. The Nigeria Labour Congress and the trade unions should give Tinubu more time. Hilary Finkak with that one. The Senate is on the right path on the Simon Ekpa issue. The federal government should go ahead and begin the repatriation of Simon Ekpa with the Finnish government. Any country, including Finland, not ready to cooperate with Nigeria on issues like this, bordering on national security, has no business having an embassy in Nigeria. Enough of the hypocrisy from these EU countries. Flat Earth from Port Harcourt. This one says on Labour Union, I'm not surprised. From the beginning of the democratic governance in 1999, the Labour Union are agents of the government of the day. I knew on the 3rd of August, the day of embarking on nationwide strike, they're not going anywhere. Nigeria Labour Union cannot produce someone like Kokori and his disciples during the military era. They are the real agent of change. And on Simon Ekpa, it is a field project by the Upper House. Jimbo Barayi, Caribou Nelson from Ogutown. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that one. And just says, Tinubu asking Labour for more time. Every other governor doing things to ameliorate the...
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back. You